know where to look. I need to know where to go. I don't have any direction, and I really need a job. So I go to bed that night, and I dream. Come on in. And I dream that I have that I got up and I put a specific dress on, and I go down to the newest store in town, and I tell them that I want to be a fashion coordinator, and they give me the job. That was my dream. So the next morning I wake up. Now, my point of reference is this. The dress that I put on in the dream is actually in my closet. It's not a dress I had 10 years ago. It's not a dress I'll have in the future. It's in my closet now. So, what would you do when you woke up from that dream?
Put that dress on.
Put that dress on. That's what I did. I woke up, I put the dress on, I get in the car, I drive to the newest store in town, which is where they're building a mall, and it's all, I mean, it's still foundation, except one of the stores has their back offices in. It's sort of makeshift. That's about all there is. So it's so interesting. So I walk in and I say to the receptionist, I want to be a fashion coordinator. She looks at me and goes, I'll be right back. I'm like, that's weird. She goes to the back office. She brings out the general merchandising manager. His name is Ron Edgman. And he says, how did you know we were going to fill a position for a fashion coordinator? We haven't run the ad yet. And I was like, oh, just a hunch. So when were you going to get something going? And he's like, well, this is like November, the middle of November or something like that. He wants to do a fashion show a week. No, every day through the month of January in a casual setting, like in a restaurant like this. And he's asking me if I can do it. Now, if you had just had that dream, what would you say to him?
Yes, I can.
Absolutely! Yeah. Well, I got the job. I had it for 2 years. It was one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. I love Ron Edgman. He was a man whose statement always was, when he would ask us to do something totally over our heads, he would look at us and smile, look us straight in the eye and say, I have all the faith in the world in you. You can do it. That changed my life. Then that direction took off, and I was in the fashion industry for the next 10, 15 years. Wouldn't have wanted to miss that little dream. See? Aren't you glad you stayed, Sandy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
You're going to start dreaming, too. Right? So that's part of why God, sometimes we're asking, we're querying, we're asking for something, but we don't even know what to ask for, right? But He knows what we're going to ask for long before we do, because He knows what's in our heart, because He created our heart. So He will put those things in your dreams, and you'll be like, wow, I never thought of that, right? Never thought about going and being a fashion coordinator, but wow, I had a good time. Right? Now, I'm not telling you that the enemy did not come to me and try to tell me I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Once you get to the place where you're called for that season, remember the contagion of all these little steps. There's a contagion of like your destiny. It's part of the journey. When you get there, you still are going to have to run into and fight Goliath. You're still going to have to deal with the giant. And when you knock him down, don't forget to cut his head off.
Yeah.
Because if you leave his head, you're going to deal with him again. Are you following me? There are some things you're going to deal with. I had been in a place where, my self-esteem wasn't all that great. You can't be a public speaker and be doing fashion shows and working with Miss Americas and with some celebrities and things like that, if you're, remember, every time you back down, you're fortifying that opposition, the opponent coming against you, the assignment that's coming against you. And every time you run through, you're depleting that thing so it doesn't have the same power over you that it had before. But I'm telling you, from the womb, the enemy is going to try to shut down what is in you. Look at your lives. We're going to take a break. While we're on our break, kind of look at your life just retrospectively and just ask yourself, what have I been most attacked in? What has my opponent fought me most in? And then we're going to talk about that, because those things are the things you're called to do. Okay? Let's go get some coffee.